Welcome friends. Up till now in Unit 3 we have discussed the various types of commercial correspondence and the 4 C's of effective commercial correspondence. We followed it up with a discussion on how to sign up for an email account and how to start using it. And then we talked about the printed stationery as well. We talked about the different parts of a letter. We also talked about the layout of a letter, and we said that we would be discussing full block form. And then we started discussing the letter of inquiries. And then you would recall that in the last session we talked about a complaint letter. How do you write a complaint letter? Now let us talk about how do you respond to this kind of a complaint letter by a customer. So a customer, if you would recall, in the last session we talked about this particular complaint letter where this lady had written this complaint letter to the LG dealership in Pithoragarh, and she complained about the defective LG television that has been delivered to her. Now how do you respond to this kind of a letter? We are going to discuss now. So how do you write your apology letter? Now have a look. Again, I'm not going to discuss the various parts of the letter. You can understand that this letter would be sent to Ms. Gagan Kumari. I would now be discussing the body straight away. Now you know that the customer has complained that his TV which she has purchased, from the dealership has malfunctioned, and there are so many defects in that particular TV. Right? Now, how does the LG dealership respond? So here this particular response has been sent by the LG dealership. You can see Mohit Suri, and he's the person who is responding from LG dealership, and this particular letter has been written to Miss Gagan Kumari, who had actually lodged a complaint. Right? And now let us have a look at what the company, or what Mohit Suri as representative of LG India dealership has to say to Ms. Gagan Kumari. Dear Madam, again there is no comma here because it is the full block form. I hope you remember, no comma after the salutation or after the close, and the complimentary close there is no comma, and then in the address line also you do not use any comma, and all the parts of the letter they start from the extreme left. So this is the full block form. So that is why there is no comma at the end of the line. Right? Now what is there in the body of the letter? Dear Madam, please refer to your letter of complaint. So I am just trying to remind Ms. Gagan Kumari that this is a response to your letter which you had sent to us on May 1st. So Gagan Kumari had written that letter. Let me go back a little. So this was the letter. If you remember, Gagan Kumari had written this letter on May 1st. So I am telling her, please refer to your letter of complaint dated May 1. Right? So this is to tell Gagan Kumari that this is a response to that letter only. If you have written more than one letter, then this particular letter is a response to the letter which you had written on 1st of May. So this makes it very clear to Gagan Kumari as to which letter Mohit Suri, the sender of this particular letter, is referring to. Right? Now we are extremely sorry for the inconvenience caused because of the technical defects in the LG television bought by you from our dealership. Now you have apologized. You are apologizing for the defects in the TV. We are extremely sorry for the inconvenience caused to you. Inconveniences आपको जो दिक्कत हुई. So we are sorry for that. We are extremely sorry for that. So the first line is, we are basically apologizing to the customer for the problems faced by him or her. Then what do we say? Madam, we have arranged for an electrician to visit you at the earliest convenience for repair work related to the television set. What does this mean basically? That the company would be sending an electrician. Company would not straight away replace the TV just because the customer has demanded it. Being courteous does not mean conceding to all the demands of the customer. The customer demanded, if you recall the last session, and if you can go back to the last video, you would find out that the customer had demanded the replacement of TV. But why would dealership do that straight away? So what they're saying, they're not saying that no, we are not going to do as you have requested, we are not going to replace your TV. What they're saying instead is, in a very courteous fashion, that we have arranged for an electrician. So first of all, our electrician would visit you. Right? Is that understood? And if that electrician finds that the problem is because of some manufacturing defect, then only we replace. We would not replace it straight away. Right? So, ma'am, we have arranged for an electrician to visit you at your earliest convenience. What does this mean? जब भी आपको सुविधा हो, at your earliest convenience, जल्दी से जल्दी, whenever you are convenient, we will send the electrician. So the electrician would come as per your schedule, right? Whenever it is convenient to you and as early as possible. Further, madam, as an acknowledgement of our long-standing relationship with you, our dealership shall bear the entire cost of repair work. So I am trying to please the customer, and I am telling the customer, Ms. Gagan Kumari, that whatever is the expenditure incurred towards the repair work, that would be borne by the company and you won't have to pay for anything. So our dealership would be bearing the entire cost of the repair work. Now have a look. If needed, the cost of replacement of the defective parts in the television set. So whatever the repair work is, and if some parts have to be replaced, so all the cost would be borne by the dealership and it will not be passed on to Mrs. Gagan Kumari. Is that fine? Further, madam, now have a look at this thing. Further, madam, in case the electrician is unable to rectify the defect to your satisfaction, means if you are not satisfied that the defect has been removed, the defect has been rectified, then what we would do, we would certainly replace your TV. But first of all, we will give an opportunity to our electrician to mend the defects, to rectify the defects. If you are still not satisfied, then only we are going to replace the TV, right? And we would do that within 3 working days. Now what do we mean by working days? This means that, for example, if this particular letter has been written on Sunday, 3 working days, Sunday is not a working day, so 3 working days would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Is that fine? If let's say Tuesday is also a holiday apart from Sunday, Sunday is a weekly holiday, Tuesday is a gadgeted holiday, so then 3 working days would be Monday, then Wednesday, and then Thursday. So this is what we mean by working days. So I'm apologizing once again. Please accept our heartfelt apologies once again. We shall try our best to avoid any repetition of such an unfortunate incident in future. So we are assuring our customer that this won't be repeated in future. Is that fine? Right? So one important takeaway from this particular letter is you straight away do not concede to all the demands put forth by the customer. You need not do that, but then whatever you do, you have to state it in a very courteous fashion. Don't tell the customer straight away that no, we can't concede to your demand. So here what Mohit Suri has done, basically he has told Ms. Gagan Kumari that yes, we would first of all be sending our electrician. If he is unable to rectify the defects, then and then only we would replace the TV. Is that okay? So this is how you respond to the customer complaint letters, right? You have to be very, very courteous while you are apologizing to the customer, because please understand, it is easier to retain a satisfied customer. In this case, if Ms. Gagan Kumari is satisfied with the service, with the steps taken by dealership to resolve her grievance, then she would keep on buying from this particular dealership. She might go on to buy a fridge or maybe a washing machine. She would come to this dealership only. Not only this, she would tell others also about good service offered by this dealership, and in this sense she would spread a good word of mouth. So she would be instrumental in bringing more customers to LG dealership. But if she is a little dissatisfied, then she may do what? She may badmouth the company, badmouth the dealership, and she may also scare away the other customers who might be willing to purchase from LG dealership. So please understand the basic fundamental of marketing, that you have to retain a customer. Retaining a customer is easier than attracting a new customer. So try to satisfy your customer, try to resolve the customer's grievance as early as possible so that the customer is satisfied, so that the customer does not switch to some other company, because it is always going to be more profitable for you to retain an existing customer than to attract a new customer. Fine, right? And this is why whenever these apologies are drafted, apology letters are drafted, we have to take special care to ensure that we are doing it in a very courteous fashion and we are very, very fast in responding to the customer's grievances. Is that fine? So with this we come to the close of this session. Thank you very much.